State of Hawaii has a regulatory body that regulates the emergency medical services and provision of these services throughout the state. We'll just recap real quickly that the federal government, Department of Transportation, has a subset agency, NHTSA, that sets forth these guidelines and helps to administer and ensure that each state is able to respond and to coordinate emergency medical services at that state level. Funds are given to administer this, and the representative at our state level is the Department of Health. Within the Department of Health, we have the Emergency Medical Services and Injury Prevention Branch. Now, this branch here is a quite comprehensive branch that holds a lot of services. I had also worked for this agency back in the early 2000s. His job is to contract services for the provisions of emergency medical services throughout the state of Hawaii. So that's the four neighboring counties. In these contractual services, there are specific contractual rules and services that each county is to provide. But basically, they're providing that 911 emergency medical services to respond to all 911 calls that are placed. Besides contracting these services, they also work with the hospitals and medical facilities that we take our patients to. They also work with other agencies such as the Red Cross, military services such as the Air Force, Army, and Navy. They also work with Coast Guard services. We also work with air providers or air ambulance providers, as well as the um, private entities that provide ambulance services throughout the state. As a state EMS branch, they also create our standing orders and oversee the ambulance services. And they administer these rules. These are our administrative rules that govern the management and services and the provision of EMS services, including education. And they created a standardized guideline for all EMS providers to adhere to when responding to emergencies. And so that these are called the standing orders. These are paramedic standing orders that are administered by the MICT or Mobile Intensive Care Technician. That is our paramedic level. There is no standing order right now to be administered by an AEMT, and EMT will follow these standing orders, but can only do so under the guidance of a state licensed paramedic or MICT. Again, just to recap, our state component or regulatory body for emergency medical services is under the Department of Health. This branch is called the Emergency Medical Services Injury Prevention Branch. Our branch chief there is Dr. Bronstein. Previous directors have been Dr. Linda Rosen and uh, Donna Mayava prior to that. This branch has a broad view and broad collection of duties and services to include the administration of laws that regulate the provision of the ambulance services throughout the state of Hawaii. That would include also the air ambulances. They also play a special guidance by providing medical direction at the state level. So at the state level, we have a state medical director. This is in addition to Dr. Bronstein being the branch chief. There's a state medical director, and under that state medical director, there are four county medical directors for the different counties of the state of Hawaii. These medical directors create the standing orders and guidelines that the EMS providers and uh, professionals adhere to when they are responding to these ambulance calls, both the medical emergencies and trauma emergencies. I'd like to thank you again for choosing to go along this EMS profession.